You read the title, so you know what it is. Let's get into it. As the title suggests, we're going to be modifying the exhaust on my 2023 Indian Scout Rogue today. I've already done the first basic mod that people do when they buy these bikes because, let's be honest, from factory they are quiet. And even with the 1-inch hole punched out of the center of the baffle, it is still pretty quiet. So I'm probably going to start off this clip by doing some audio. I have a decimal meter that I will do a startup, let the bike warm up, and then do some revs. From there, my plan is to take not all of the baffles out. We'll probably take all of them out, cut the pipe the way I want, and then weld in about half of the baffles. There was another YouTube video that I watched when I first got the bike. I'll see if I can't find that guy's name, but he actually cut open these mufflers, so the two big slip pieces here, and took all the baffling out and then rode it for a while, and then he only kept it that way for a short amount of time because he said it was too loud going down the highway and stuff. So I'm probably gonna go the in-between, which I think he ended up doing later on, is adding some baffling back into those mufflers. So I'm just gonna start off that way. I'm probably gonna cut them down. I'm probably gonna cut off the tap back, take out the entire baffling, cut the pipes down, figure out where I like them, probably kind of even with the back or something. I don't know. I got a couple ideas in my head. I don't know how well it's going to play out in the real world, but try to play with that and see if we can't get a good sounding bike that's a little louder, but not too loud that it's going to annoy the crap out of you driving down the highway. So with no further ado, let's get into this sound clip. And just for reference, we are about 3 feet behind the bike right now, and this is a cold start. And then I'll let it warm up and do some warm revs on it. To get these pipes off. So if I remember correctly, they're held together there, then there, and then your two clamps. I got everything hot now, so that's gonna be fun. It looks like these two actually mount to the bracket. So the front two, get these off right here, and two clamps, and then that just holds each pipe together, it looks like. These little pieces, they are just decorative covers, which I will take off, and then I'll be able to cut the end out and then hopefully pull the internals out of these things. So I'll probably put y'all on a time lapse and get this thing off here. All right, so I got that cut all the way around. It wasn't a smooth cut, but as you can see, so now I'm gonna try to pull out this insert. I'm probably not gonna film that whole thing because that might take me a minute, but it seems to be coming out. So I'm gonna reposition this exhaust in the vise here and try to tap this thing all the way out so we can see what we're working with. See down in there? The cat should be on the other end of that. So, all right, grab me a flashlight here. So there you go, that's what's inside of it. It's kind of hard to see, but there's there's a little cylinder up there that is the cat. So I'm gonna keep that because I don't have a tuner, a DynoJet tuner or Power Commander or whatever, or any other tune for that matter. So the bike's still pretty much stock. I'll eventually probably get a tuner, but for now I don't want to create no back pressure or anything like that. I want to have some back pressure. So my main thing here is make the bike a little louder. And this is my first attempt, or my second attempt at doing so. So this whole piece is your muffler assembly. It's wrapped in some fiberglass. And then, yeah. So ideally, I can kind of trim this up, stick it back in about halfway or whatever, about half length. And then I can make my end cap or tip however I want. I got an idea in my head. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but I think for research sake, I'm going to take the other one, open up the other one, and stick both of these hollows on the bike, start it up and see what kind of noise we got out of those. So I'll get back with you whenever I do that. Well, the pipes are rested on here. They're only partially slipped and then empty. Obviously don't worry about those cuts because those cuts will be cleaned up. I'm going to be shorting these things. Here's both baffles. We got fiberglass wrapped. I have my decimal meter set up about the same distance, so let's just go ahead and do a raw startup, see what she sounds like. I haven't started it up yet, so should be interesting. All right. Talking right now. That is loud. It sounds good, but that is loud. That would 100% be obnoxious. Like trying to go down the highway. Like I drive 30-minute highway drive to work every day, and this has been my daily while in good weather. So that would definitely be too loud. So it sounds good though. This bike has a nice tone to it. And those pipes are a little hollow obviously right now. So the next step is going to be shortening these. So I will probably take the lighting is weird right now. I got the door open. I will be taking the fiberglass off the surrounding section and then seeing about shortening them. I think I can take these off the actual tips. I might be able to. I don't know with the center pipe. It looks like it might be welded together, but the rear pipe is what I really need. There's, look at that, more baffling material. Anyway, so get that all the way removed, get the fiberglass off, and then see what I'm actually working with, and then decide where I'm gonna cut them. Get them back inside the pipes, maybe try to tack them in and set them back on there, start it up and see if I like it, and then maybe adjust depth depending on if it's still too loud, too quiet, whatever, and go from there. So let's go. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of tip design I want to do. Like I said multiple times, I've got a design in my head. I just don't know how it's going to translate over. So I'm over here on the bandsaw and trying to make sure I got a straight line. So these are even. I do believe I leveled them out on the floor. I hand threaded some bolts hand threaded some bolts in, hold everything together, and then hopefully I can, the zip ties are just kind of like a reference so I don't get way off track whenever I use the bandsaw. I'll try to go straight, feed it through, even off these. Just this line right here, I am already taking off about 7 inches off the pipe size. I think that's about the back side of the brake rotor, if I believe right, if I remember correctly. Because I kind of got an idea for like a cut like this, so that would be like over here and then bring it down to no further than where this first mount is. But I don't know, I kind of want to do a slash cut, but I kind of want to do something fancy. I don't know, I like to overcomplicate things, so as always, I'm here overcomplicating things. So let me get these straightened up at least, and then I'll go work on the baffles, get those shortened to where I feel like I want them, see if I can't get inside and tack them inside the pipes, and then worry about the tip shape later. So here we go. After a little bit of taking apart here, well, there I am in view. All right, so obviously this is without any fiberglass on it. So the fiberglass just kind of rolls off, just held on by a piece of wire. So the thing is, after I got looking, there's a center baffle in there, like what you originally drill out. I guess there's like 2 of them, and you gotta get super deep to get that second one. So I never made it to that second one whenever I'd done the original drilling. Now, I've done some measuring, and where I want this to be inside here, like even with this mount, like, because the way I'm wanting to do my tips, it's gonna have to fill this section of pipe. So from like here down. So that leaves me this section right here, which as you can see, it's not perforated like the rest. So I'm wondering if I don't know, I'm gonna have to cut it, because this way with that baffle closed, exhaust still has to go around it and then into that internal tube and then back out. So I kind of want to do away with that, which I could do a hole saw and cut a hole in that, but I also want some sound deadening from the fiberglass. So none of this is perforated. So I might use this section of pipe that has perforation and somehow flip it around, and I don't know. So I'll get back with y'all whenever I figure that out on exactly what I want to do. And I still don't know how I want to do these dang tips. So I did not film a lot of this. It ended up taking me and Michael over there to try and figure out how it's going to cut this thing up. So as I said, which I don't even know if I got a piece of it laying around. So these cylinders I cut open, and there was a middle piece of pipe. So that middle pipe I cut down, and the outer shell. So I got the center middle pipe out. It had 2 baffles in it, which I probably should have left a piece whole that I could show you. But anyway, I ended up trimming it down and making it a 7-inch, 7.5 inch inside. So it's offset to allow for the catalytic converter down there. I don't know if y'all can see it. And then that goes down into the pipe like that. So I done a factory kind of cap to muffle this a little bit. And then if I want it a little louder, I can reopen that center hole and it'll make it a lot louder. So then I'm going to I am rewrapping it with the fiberglass again. So this will get wrapped around and then it gets stuffed into the pipe. So this one's already done. I tacked it down in there. You can kind of see. And then both of these will go on. I still haven't decided how I'm going to do the tip. I don't know if I just want to do a slash cut or what I want to make. I'm going to go ahead and get this one finished up, stuffed back in here and welded on and all together, and then get them back on the bike. Now that I got it packed in, I'm going to weld it in so it doesn't blow out. So there we go, there's some lighting. But I'm gonna use the wire welder to do that so I can get the nozzle in there and put a nice little bead on it. I'll probably do like 4 little spots like I did on the other one. I got both of these slipped on. I don't have the clamps or anything on yet. Still don't know what I'm doing with the tips. So that's them shortened. As you can tell, the internals are welded in right about there. So my idea was to kind of slash cut them. And then that means this bottom would have to kind of end there. So I don't know yet, but let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. Oh yeah, that sounds like a million times better. So from here, I gotta figure out these tips. Well guys, it has been probably a month or so since I worked on the exhaust. Weather's been really cold. I got a lot of sinus stuff going on right now. Weather has been crazy, but it hasn't been really warm enough to really ride the bike. But I have been able to ride it home, and the sound of it is awesome. On the tips, like I said, I was gonna decide something on the tips. I don't think I'm gonna do anything with it right now. I love the sound so much. I can't make a decision on the type tip I wanna do, so I think I'm just gonna leave it open like it is. Last night I seen maybe just hack them this way, but honestly, I'm probably not gonna do nothing at all. So anyway, to finish this up, I'm gonna end up taking these back off and doing some high temp header paint, just to clean up some of my scratches and my weld spots on it. And there's a couple scratches on the back side that y'all can't see. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this one. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time.